7:34, and I'll call meeting 1473 to order. At this time, I would like to welcome the gallery, or online viewers, sorry, and remind everyone in the public that the gallery is open. Agenda meeting number 1473 is in front of you. Are there any additions to the agenda?
I'd like to add one other new business for the, we can call it the Hinton Bridge.
All right, thank you.
And I got two changes in two reports, and I'll do that during my reports.
All right, thank you, Councillor Jones. Anything further? Hearing none, we shall move on. Minutes for meeting number 1472 are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Noting none, can I get a mover?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried, thank you. The minutes for special meeting that was held on May 17th are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? Noting none, can I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by
So moved.
Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried, thank you. Business arising from the minutes. Is there any business arising from the minutes? Hearing none, we shall move on to new business. Councillor Jones, please.
Yes, I guess everybody's probably in the public after seeing the test pits being done down to the new bridge, Hinton Bridge is called, actually down by the power house. So I guess a few years ago when they did start doing it, we brought up a lot of concern that we didn't, a lot of residents and didn't want the bridge to go outside and stay outside, because obviously it's a place for salmon fishing, which is probably nowhere else you can fish Atlantic salmon next to the highway. But we're fortunate in Deer Lake, it's, and it's probably a camaraderie place there. People meet and chat. So I was just wondering if we can get an update on what type of bridge is going there. Is it going to stay there? Is it a Bailey Bridge? Or, and the residents are asking, so I feel that we should, if we can, finally get an update on it, please.
Yeah, no, 100%. I personally have no information concrete, and it's historical watching. I mean, it's a busy place that people want to go watch anglers. I don't know, manager, if anyone's given from the department, but I guess we can do a follow-up.
Yeah, and I know we did, when we were at M&L, meet with the minister, just very preliminary to look at, what the options were. But I wouldn't be able to say for sure, because where that's been quite some time since that meeting has passed. I believe what you're seeing now is Councillor Jones, is that they have to conduct that work before the end of May. I think May 31st is the deadline to do any work in a scheduled salmon area. Therefore, once that work's completed, we'll probably have some time then to get some feedback from the provincial government and provide the residents of Deer Lake with an update when they're ready over what they're actually going to do for the Hinton Bridge.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up, Councillor Jones. That's obviously going to be a heavy topic, no matter.
I just wanted to add in one little piece. I'm wondering as well, like when you get the update, no doubt this will be a part of it, but are they planning on, are we going to lose, we talked about losing pieces of or part of the gazebo or all of it, or that area anyway, and is it going to straighten out the road? That idea of straightening out the road, I guess, just what are they thinking about overall in that? How does it impact the whole area, really?
Has there been an RFP or anything put out, or just testing at this stage?
I think so.
No, to date, there's only been testing. So, I mean, there's trying to determine what the composition of the soil or material is in the area. And Councillor Hancock, you're right. If the bridge is permanent outside, there will be a realignment of the Trans-Canada Highway, but we haven't seen anything because they haven't presented any, final design concepts or anything to anybody to view yet.
And for me, like that particular area where the gazebo is, we've thrown around the idea and rack around like a day park or something, but you really can't do much until you know what's happening, right?
That's
so
right.
for us, we just can't move forward with that particular area very much, right? So it's of interest to know for sure.
All right, great discussion as always. Any further for new business? Hearing none, we'll move on to correspondence in front of you. Item number 1, Deer Lake Regional Airport Porter's first flight. If anyone would like to attend, let the town clerk know, please. Association of New Canadians Information Luncheon. Myself and the town clerk will attend. That's open to all. If anyone else would like to join us. Item number 3, Elwood High School invitation for graduation and reunion. I'll be attending that. If anyone else would like to attend with me, I have an open seat for both. Item number 4, Honorable Derek Bennett, MHA, is going to do a MACE tour on June 5th at 7 p.m. at the Recreation Complex. For anyone that doesn't know how it works, it's similar, I guess it's symbolic to a gavel, but it's how they operate to start the procedures with the House of Assembly. And it's got quite a bit of a historic, it's interesting to see. So that concludes correspondence. From there, we'll move on to reports. Finance, Councillor Freak, please.
Councillor Jones is going to read this one. I wasn't in attendance this week. I
Okay.
was away.
Okay, so we had our finance meeting on May 23rd, myself, town manager, and town clerk. So I'm going to remove number 1 from the list. So here it is presented to you in front of you. Number 2, 48 Mentionton, 2645. It's registration, firm paid for lead, registration for the building. This is our town's expense. Number 3, for the tree house, request for the budget donation that we budgeted for. CBCL invoice for Cahill, $20,035.05, water filter contract payment. Number 5, for the Humber River Golf Club for $1,000. This is invoice for annual donation, which we have budgeted for. And number 6, for McLaughlin Supplies, $7,592.70 for the bandstand work complete and electrical services for the new bandstand. Number 7, computers and communications, $7,314.91, streaming services and the purchase of our laptop. Two. Number 8, for Western Pump for $49,459.72. This is this year's lift station repairs in insurance coverage. And number 9, for the Hatter Lobby rental for $25,438 is the Hobby Lobby design. Hatter Lobby design.
It's a good one.
Number 10, the water filter, the fourth account for CBCL, $40,155.24. Investigation work for our water filter system. And number 11, for William Peering Trucking, $3,933. This is for equipment repair for our sewer line repair trouble we had. So I move that we accept the finance report number 2 to number 11.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by
So moved.
Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you. We can do our accounts payable now. We're going to do items 1 to 36, excluding number 3 and number 34. So the accounts payable is presented here in front of you. I move that we accept the accounts payable report for May 21st, 2024.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by
So moved.
Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, I guess we'll do number 3 next.
Yeah, I'm going to step out for conflict.
All right.
Okay, number 3, B&S Trucking for $12,866.55 for Class A and B stock and our dumpster rental. I move that we accept number 3 of this report.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by
So moved.
Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll step out now for number 34 for
'Kay.
conflict of interest. And my fellow colleague, Ms. Freak, will do it for me.
I make a motion to pay the invoice to Western Steelworks for $18.69.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on to Environment and Housing, Councillor Jones, please.
Okay, in this report there, I'm going to do 2 separate motions for number 27 and number 8. So we had our Environment and Housing meeting on Wednesday, May 22nd. Myself, Krista Jones, and Dave Thomas was there. Okay, number 1 to number 10 are general repairs. All these permits has been issued. Number 11 to number 16, the decks, patios, extension, and fences. These permits has been issued. Accessory buildings, number 17 for 80 George Aaron Drive, attached garage, permit been issued. Number 18, 12 Spruce Street for a garage, permit has been issued. Number 19, 67A North Main Street for a shed, permit been issued. Number 20 is 15 Amanda Avenue, a garage, permit been issued. Under the commercial, we have the RCMP, 4149 Old Bambi Road. They're replacing the recovery units, permit's been issued. Number 22 for 14 Pennells Lane for a demolition permit, the permit has been issued. Under permits and applications, SNR Tree Service and Excavation, 24 Elizabeth Avenue, residential and commercial landscaping and excavation, stump removal and trimming. No traffic, just an own base, and we recommend approval. For under accessory buildings, number 24, 15 Whites Lane, the garage is measured and okay, needs to attach to home to meet the regulations. If you comply to our regulation, we will recommend approval. Number 25, 21 Sunrise Crescent, new home, measured and all good. Recommend approval, and we're just waiting on the real property report before we confirm. Number 26, the Grand Lake Center, 40 to 44 Transcontinental Highway. There's an application here to convert the building to a daycare, add ramp, and small extension. We recommend approval once we get approval, I guess, from pending service in L. So I move to accept the report from 1 to 26.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, the two separate motions I'm going to be looking for is number 27 for 225-229 Nicholsville Road. The rezoning process has started. I'm going to make a motion to sign the amendment to number 3, 2024 of the development regulations to allow road dwellings as a discretionary use in the RRS zone. So I move we accept number 21 of this report.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you. And number 28 for 21-23 Hillside Drive, seeking permission to rezone a portion of land to allow a storage facility. We're going to make a motion to accept the rezoning process, which the town will do, and the cost will be billed back to the applicant. So I move that we accept number 28 of this report.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Hancock, Economic Development.
Yeah, so Economic Development Committee met May 24th, 2024. Number 1, the beach project development, the special events application previously discussed has been submitted, and we are waiting to hear back from Newfoundland Liquor Corporation. Number 2, trail branding. This is an ongoing project for the Economic Development Officer. Currently researching and gathering quotes. We'll bring back when as updates occur. Our Creative Home Grant. An application has been submitted for a mural at the Hodder Recreation Complex through a grant opportunity. Eligible proponents could receive $10,000 towards projects. Conference potential for Deer Lake. At this time, the hotel providers in Deer Lake are looking at applying for a previously mentioned conference opportunity. At this time as well, the town of Deer Lake is supporting in a communications capacity until such a time that we can confidently book events. Tourism levy, number 5. The Economic Development Officer is continuing discussions with stakeholders around the tourism levy and its benefits to visitors and the community. Further to come in this regard as it develops, the Economic Development Officer is aware of upcoming changes to the Municipalities Act as well. Number 6, Economic Development Luncheon. Reconnect Business Luncheon taking place June 6 from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Deer Lake Motel. Business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals in the community can RSVP by email to gfield@deerlake.ca. Number 7, the boat launch. A meeting is to be scheduled between the Economic Development Committee and Public Works to collaborate on next steps. Number 8, the bandstand. Western Signs will be visiting the site in order to complete a quote for branded signage at the bandstand. On there, they refer to it as a survey, but that's what they mean by that. Number 9, economic strategic plan. The EDO is in the research and development phase of the strategic plan and will present the initial framework at the Reconnect luncheon in order to gather feedback. And number 10, age-friendly communities. The age-friendly application discussed at last council meeting will be submitted prior to deadline, and we are hopeful to secure funding for the assessment stage as part of Stream 1. Motion to accept the minutes as presented.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by Councillor Freak. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Just give me 1 second. Rec.
Do you want me to do rec?
Yes, please.
Okay. Department of Arts, Recreation and Culture met May 23rd, 2024. Number 1, the beach cleanup with heavy equipment. The Recreation Department will be performing the initial cleanup of the Deer Lake Beach beginning on May the 27th. This is for council information. Number 2, World's Ocean Day Community Cleanup. On June 6th, the town of Deer Lake, in conjunction with Xavier Junior High, will be participating in a community cleanup and World Oceans Day cleanup. The areas we'll be focusing on are Commerce Street, Deer Lake Beach, and Joe Butts Lookout. Number 3, the beach cleanup with, that's a repeat. We'll just remove number 3. So the new number 3 will be the walking trail update off Humberview Drive. As everyone is aware, there has been some slippage of the embankment near the walking trail off Humberview Drive. The Public Works Department is assessing the area, but we need to wait until the water levels drop before a decision can be made on what needs to be done. And that's for council information. Motion to accept the report as presented.
Great, thank you, Councillor Hancock. Moved by Councillor Hancock, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. And that concludes reports. So start with roundtable. I have just very brief. I'm going to put a shout out to Public Works. All the waste is now, as far as I'm told, complete. Not a great task that no one wants to continue, and I think there will be continual conversations with Western Waste Management to see how we can continue to improve it. Got some great ideas from a former resident that happens to be a mayor in Alberta right now, so we spoke about that as well in a trip to, they do things a little different, but they also still have a local dump site, so I look forward to bringing that back to council in future meetings. And which is the other one? I think that it concludes for me. Again, I don't want to start on success around sporting events and stuff. I'll leave that with recreation so I don't lose focus on it. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Public Works, and again from the town's post today, you'll see that they're going to start ramping up with pothole repair because they're quite evident now at this time of year, so it'll be good to see that happen. And just residents to please keep an extra eye out for the rec and roads crew because they're out and about much more now that the summer is upon us. That's it for me. Councillor Hancock.
Well, the only one I can really think of now, I guess, is in the absence of Deputy Mayor. I'll just mention Chase the Ace for Sunday coming. I hear the Ace is still there and the jackpot is at 45,000. I noticed this particular Sunday, 45,000. 50, is it? 50,000. Dave has raised it by 5. I'm just kidding. No, it's 45 or 50,000, I guess. Dave's probably, and I noticed the crowd is growing. So and I asked even before I brought this up, and do you want the promotion? Do you want to, and they do. So they're not afraid of the crowd. They obviously they want to, do the work they want to do. But it was a pretty big crew there Sunday, and I think I'm going. You guys going?
Yeah,
Sunday?
I sold $12,000 in sales, in ticket sales on Sunday, and jackpot was 43.
And the reality is, speaking to the president, you're going to see if it goes to the last day because their license expires. So instead of asking for an extension, they'll just do, so if Councillor Fitzgerald or Councillor Freak gets up and they don't pick the Ace, it'll continue. So your name, so they expect to have like a super large. Not this Sunday, but once their license expires, I think once they get down to 10 cards, they're out of time on their a lottery license. So what happens is they'll pick from the crowd, so next. So the options of public, that last one they expect
Super
to go.
Sunday.
Super Sunday, yeah.
Super Sunday, so, and I don't know, manager, jokes aside, manager, I don't know if maybe we might have to, like, with some traffic enforcement, because it is gonna get,
We expect that. I mean, look, when this gets to this level, we've got the trucks now equipped with the arrows, so I mean, we'll lean in however we can. It's for a great cause for Legion, we'll do what we can to help them.
yeah, and from, thank the residents, because I've talked to quite a few, they said, I'll never come close, they said, but I'll always be proud to own a piece of that siding when the job's done.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? So, all right, anything further, Councillor Hancock? No. All right, thank you, Councillor Freak.
Oh, good for me.
All right, Councillor Fitzgerald.
Nothing, Mayor.
All right, Councillor Jones.
All good, thanks.
Manager.
I just wanted to bring up, reiterate what you said about spring cleanup. Public Works crew did a great job. They leaned in pretty hard last week, the last couple of days to get this done because we had a lot of work
Yes.
that's been piling up.
Yeah.
Anyone that'll see on Facebook now, we've already shut down Chapel Hill until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning because we're actually going to get our crew tomorrow morning to paint the hill. That's very important because it's a major part of the bus route. So you will see our crews out doing other things besides spring cleanup now. So watch out and be safe. Try not to be speeding in their area. I know it's been a problem of late. One other bouquet I want to pass out is that we've been having this Girls at Bat program that we're putting off. And I want to give a lot of credit to Lori. She's the one that applied for the funding and been able to put this off so great. We've been partnering with Gregory Whalen from Pasadena Minor Baseball. Has been coming up helping. But, Laura, we had 48 girls the first day.
Wow.
The second day was Saturday, so we moved inside the hotter. Glenn was able to get us in. We had 28 girls, but really great turnout. And great to see that, I mean, we've got some equipment now that, I mean, if people want to, keep having some practices, we've encouraged people that Pasadena has a wonderful baseball program, and they do have female teams. I know my kids are part of it. But for anyone that wants to be able to do something in the summer, the Blue Jays made it a great donation of gloves, bats, balls, all the things that you need for that. So it's just hats off to Lori and the Health and Wellness Committee. They applied for this funding, and it's been going off great so far.
That's great to hear.
Do we have more, same, is it less? Like, how did you feel about this year, Dave?
About the same.
Is it okay? Yeah. The same? Okay.
Do we have the
Just
price
wondering,
tag
I'm
on it yet? No.
It's not, right now, everything that was stopped off for those 3 weekends that we had, that's hauled away. But everything that was collected during the curbside hasn't been hauled away yet.
Okay.
Jason and I had a discussion with the expendable, how we do this.
Perfect.
Once that's all done, they will have a cost.
Well, I think not having to do the backhaul is safe to say it's working, or Western Waste working with us instead of feeling that it's working backwards. It's a start to improving it. So.
Yeah, and the big thing is that we just want to try something with Western Waste. I mean, we're working with them now, but I mean, I got to give this council credit that, I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So you allowed myself and Dave to go out and try something new, just to see, because residents expect it. We know when you guys are out campaigning, that's one of the things they bring up, but we want to try to do some different things to see if we can be more efficient, because I got to say, the fact that we're here on the 27th of May and we're back to painting lines, getting crosswalks done, that's a huge, and Dave, I think you can second that. That's a huge benefit that the whole month of June, we're at the potholes, we're at the lines, we're out sweeping streets and doing the connections and everything that we want to get done, and we got that in our rearview mirror.
Perfect. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, it is 7:58, and I'll call for a mover to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones. It is now 7:58, and we'll call this meeting to adjourn. Thank you.
Stand by.